Buenos días. uh, no, no eres Tom. Es Polly, de Latino Slant. Hola. All right. Buen día, buena noche a todos en el chat. Todo es diferente porque estamos en el canal oficial de Midnight Edge Español y no tengo mis pinturas, no tengo mis controles y también no tenemos el super chats porque este canal no está monetized ahora. Bueno, tenemos un link de PayPal para los chavos de Midnight Edge Español, para Diego, para Pablo y también yo. Pero si quieres poner un tip, bueno, y un comment, then that would be great as well. And we will read your comments and take it from there. Ok, todo el mundo está con Gina. Y las noticias de hoy, de este programa, son de Gina Carano. Y, pero ahora vas a introducir mis compadres. Pablo, de Geek Tropology.
Hello.
Diego, de Diego.
Algún día tendré un canal, algún día.
Algún día. ¿Cómo estás? Todos.
Todo
están?
bien, gracias. ¿Cómo están todos en el chat? Hola.
Ujú. Bueno, tenemos los controles del canal de Midnight Edge y estoy nervioso poquito. Tenemos los videos de esos también. ¿Quieres uno? ¿Quieres uno?
Ok.
¿Cuál?
Ok, ¿cuáles tenemos nomás? How many do we have?
Que bastante.
How dare you?
Yes. Yes.
I'm happy.
We'll be using that one a lot on one of these stories.
Yes.
Bueno, saludos a Just Prado.
Hola, hermano.
¿Por qué la confusión, hermano?
Hola. Hola. Alex Ashgan.
Hola.
Hola, hola.
Me encanta tu avatar.
Ya. Mira, Arrum es una buena chava.
Yo la conocí en el stream ese de miembros de Midnight Edge.
Yeah. So, what's going on with Gina Carano, man?
¿Qué está pasando?
¿Puedo hacer el meme? ¿Puedo hacer el meme o creo que va a funcionar? Va a ser así. Como el padre de Gina diciendo, hija, ¿estás ganando? Pablo, ¿qué está pasando?
Sí, está ganando.
Ya, mucho. Bueno, tengo una sorpresa del chat y todos que ver este programa en vivo después. Desde Norway y también Midnight's Edge, el jefe de jefe, el mero, el más chingón. Andre.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hello, Big Boss.
Gracias y gracias por el gran introducción.
De nada, hombre, de nada. Gracias por invitarlos a este programa y canal en español para el mundo, ¿no? Y esta es la primera vez en el canal oficial.
Sí, sí. Es el beginning pequeña y a futuro más grande. Y perdone de mis mierda español. Pero yo probar.
Ándale.
Por suerte no estamos monetizados aún.
You have been forgiven everything every time on your life. You just say mierda on life. That's...
No. El día va a ser cuando diga Wocoso acá.
También Wocoso y yesterday él dice, like he cursed. I was laughing.
It's been known to happen every once in a while, and people are blown away every single time. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Porque, it doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot, Diego.
No, it doesn't.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll do a little bit of English, as this is our all Gina episode, and we, wow, the news and now Gina Gone Wild is trending big time, Andre.
Yeah, very, very cool. So that was one cancellation attempt that really didn't work, because when you have like the combined effects of the Emmy nomination plus the Bear Grylls episode premiering last night, that's no es bueno news for Disney.
Diego.
Así, bueno, como no estamos monetizados, puedo decir esto sin miedo que nos censuren. La cagaron magníficamente en Disney. O sea, voy a resumirlo así, porque, como dijo Andre, Gina Gone Wild, episodio, Emmy nomination, el hecho de que esté trending en general, y justo un dato que nos dio Pablo es que en ciertas esferas que nosotros no promovemos ni como aceptables, pero tiene que ver con piratas, Disney está masivamente tratando de banear todo tipo de contenido relacionado a ese episodio. Y cuando Disney hace eso, es porque es un overcorrection y están con un poco de miedo que no saben qué hacer. Porque ya hemos visto eso pasar más de una vez antes. Pablito, ¿tú qué piensas ahorita?
Ok, justamente yo estaba haciendo la investigación al respecto. Estaba midiendo en general en la serie qué tantos seeders hay, qué tantos leechers hay, cuál es el ancho de banda que están manejando la mayoría de sitios, cómo están haciendo. Este es el capítulo más buscado de toda la serie. A nivel de piratería es el capítulo más buscado en toda la serie. Es el único capítulo que no puedes conseguir. Cada vez que alguien sube un torrent, automáticamente Disney se lo quita. Es inmediato. No había visto esto con The Mandalorian, no había visto esto con películas que salen ese día de Disney, pero por Gina Carano están haciendo una excepción. Por Gina Carano están yendo a la guerra. Y es interesante ver cómo están desperdiciando tantos recursos en evitar que Gina Carano crezca más, cuando Gina Carano ya es mucho más grande que Disney en estos momentos.
Y justo el episodio en cuestión de Gina Gone Wild, que está trending, justo Pablito y lo sacó. Bueno, mientras lo restituye, ya, para dar un resumen a todos los que nos están viendo, y primero ante eso, hola Mike, que nos está viendo, Mexican Iron Man. Y también, hola Darius Munchausen, es bueno verte, amigo. Hermano. Y justo ahí nos está diciendo Mike, buenos días, Mex Iron Man está al lado del calle en Texas con el Super Papi Vino. Hail, el rey del Midnight's Edge, Andre the Great. El futuro de Midnight's Edge en español es brillante, gracias.
Sí, es verdad, el futuro es brillante. Y muchas gracias, Mike, me alegro.
Eso. Y bueno, justo iba a dar un resumen. Cuando pasó la cancelación de Gina por medio de cuando fue sacada de Star Wars y también de todo Disney, y Disney es dueño también de National Geographic, y eso incluye un programa de Bear Grylls donde ella apareció en un episodio en una montaña con él y lo sacaron completamente. No había forma de verlo oficialmente. Bueno, después pasó un tiempo donde ya al poco tiempo de su cancelación, Gina salió a un poco dar la pelea públicamente con decir que va a ser una película que ella va a dirigir y va a actuar en The Day Wire con su grupo de producción. Y eso que habrá sido el año pasado, ¿no? Pablo, Andre,
Oh, sí.
¿last year?
Oh,
Ok. Por eso fue. Entonces, el año pasado pasó todo esto y ahora un poco parece que está habiendo un cambio en el sentido de cómo está el entretenimiento o Bob Chapek que está tratando de salvarse el pellejo, nadie sabe. Pero apareció oficialmente que la lista donde Disney pone en consideración quiénes para ser nominados a ganar un Emmy. Eso es recuerden, esto no es una nominación, esto es una lista de consideración para que tomen en cuenta los posibles nominados para recibirlo. ¿Ya? Y
Sí,
en esa
es
lista,
correcto.
gracias, y esa lista está Gina Carano. Y eso sorprendió a todos, porque todos pensarían que cómo pasó todo hubiera sido eliminado. Y poco tiempo después apareció nuevamente el famoso episodio con Bear Grylls y ahorita Gina está haciendo trending. Y el episodio ha sido, creo que, como dijo Pablo, uno de los más vistos. Imagino que no solamente en los sitios que no promocionamos de ninguna manera, como relacionados a piratas, pero también en las páginas, en los medios oficiales de Disney, por el simple hecho cuánta atención llama Gina. Y justo voy a referir a nuestro invitado, Andre, opiniones del simple hecho de toda la marea que se ha armado con Gina en general.
Can you repeat the question in English,
Okay,
por favor?
yeah. Okay, the question was, what are your opinions in regards to this whole tidal wave that this more call it a tsunami in regards of Gina and all things related with Gina?
Well, first of all, when it rains, it pours. So I'm just I don't have to do this in English because this is going to be way too complex for my extreme beginners level Espanol. So perdone for that. But no, basically, it's like several things happening at once. It's the Bear Grylls episode, which is now suddenly trending because they tried to suppress it several times over, and it only backfired immensely. It's getting more attention than it ever would have gotten if they had just let it be released without any further objections of any kind. But instead, they tried to suppress it. So now it's getting bigger and more attention than it otherwise would have gotten. And then at the same time, you have the Emmys. Now you have these two things happening at the same time, combined with Gina's massive fan base. Now that's a reminder to Disney and anyone watching that this was a really, really lame firing that is going to work out really, really badly for them. And also I have to say saludos to Private Eye in the chat. To anyone wondering, Private Eye there, he is the guy who did the dubbing and the translation of the Zorro retrospective and all the other videos from the main channel.
Hey, hola compañero.
Hola, hermano.
And
Básicamente,
he
eso
has
es
a
Rob,
pony.
¿no?
He has a pony. He's one of mine.
But he's a Rob. He's the voice of Midnight Edge en español.
Yes, he's Rob de Español.
Oh, okay. Private Eye es Diego o Jorge? ¿Es una persona diferente?
Diego.
Yes, Diego, Dieguito,
My
compadre,
name
¿cómo
is
estás,
Tucano.
señor? Wow, me encantan los videos de usted y buen trabajo, hermano. Bueno, es el equipo de Midnight Edge Español, por favor, si quieres mandar un propina de nosotros, el link está en el chat, porque ahorita no tenemos un super chats, pero we will be monetized. But if you feel like it, please leave us a tip. We work for tips.
Yes, exactly. In lieu of super chats, which will not be activated for a little while just yet, to give a tip to the guys that work really, really hard, to the muchachos and PayPal until further notice.
I wanted you to highlight that. Solo llámeme Don Diego de la Vega.
Don Diego de la Vega.
Tran.
Me encanta. Eso es el señor, el jefe, mi general.
Toss a tip
bueno,
to your streamer. Oh, value plenty. Oh, value plenty.
Wow.
We gotta get them pass
La
for that
voz, la voz de Midnight Edge en español. Canta, canta canciones de más valor. Bueno, también
El
tenemos...
jefe de Midnight's Edge no cantar nada
No?
under anything. But yeah, no, I
No?
can't sing. I don't have the voice for it. You feel free because you have the voice for it. But,
Bueno,
but I don't. I know my limitations.
Ándale. Tenemos al jefe de los jefes, Andre, de Midnight's Edge. Es un placer, es un honor, Andre. Y también en el chat tenemos a mucha gente. Darius Munchausen,
Hey.
Stephen Otten,
Hola, hermano.
Joshua González. Hola, Joshua.
Pero quédate ahí.
Y también
Sí, pues-
el loco tipo.
Hey,
That
Brian.
70s rock
How you
fan.
doing, man?
Nuestro escocés favorito.
Yes.
Bueno,
I
continúa, por favor, Diego.
Espera, antes de continuar, justo puedes poner de nuevo Joshua González.
¿Cuál?
If she does.
Ok.
Esto es interesante lo que dijo justo Pablito. Comenta si quieres, porque ibas a decir algo.
If she does get nominated, it'll help Daily Wire more than Disney. And okay, this is the thing. Disney actually tried to make her a lesser kind of actress, a lesser kind of celebrity, and it backfired royally. She's now bigger than any other actress. If you see, her searches are more continuous than, well, Scarlett Johansson, Amber Heard, basically anyone. If you see, compared to the male celebrities right now, she's on the top. So whatever Disney tried to do, well, they did. Let's just say that they. How you fail so much? Well, being Disney.
Failing upward, people. Failing upwards.
Yeah, man.
But I
Ok,
agree completely
bueno,
with
a
the
continuar a
point.
leer esta noticia, por favor.
Sí, bueno, ya di un resumen ejecutivo, pero comencemos de acá. After Lucasfilm dumped her from Star Wars franchise in February, Gina Carano hit back against the studio on social media, stating that she wouldn't let herself be canceled. I approve. Less than 3 months later, the actress has now made a big TV comeback with her episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls airing on the Disney-owned National Geographic Network, el episodio en cuestión que estamos hablando. The installment went down well on Twitter too, with the star becoming one of the top trends on the site for all the right reasons for once. Hashtag Gina Gone Wild was a hashtag launched by Carano supporters as her Bear Grylls outing was broadcast on Monday, and it seems it was one of the night's top trends. Recorded back in 2020, the documentary features the Mandalorian star enduring the wilderness in the Dolomite Mountains of Italy, and though there was obviously a bit of hate, folks mostly praised Carano for her upbeat attitude and eagerness to face her fears, as you can see below.
You know,
Wait.
that's okay.
Now, I was going to say, she was in the middle of mountains of Italy.
Espérate, porque tenemos un regalito.
Hey.
Propina.
Yeah.
Al Midnight Edge's primer propina, bueno, es justo porque es de Mexican Iron Man. Gracias, hombre. Este video es para ti.
I love that dog.
We all do.
Nice perro mexicano, right?
Yeah, Chihuahua. Bueno, what is going on with this?
There should be like an extra arrow.
Okay,
There it
here
goes.
we go. All right. Are we reading Drunk 3POs? Or are we going down to the thing?
Let's go down to a bit. Like, this is bueno, la cadena de tweets de toda la gente, como puedes ver, apoyándola.
Well, these are all our
Incluyendo-
friends too. Yellow
Ajá.
Flash, Drunk
Yellow
3PO.
Flash, Drunk. A ver si hay más vemos.
Wow.
Oh, ok. Voy a
Kayla.
decir esto. Pueden
hello.
ver simplemente el apoyo que tiene Gina Carano.
Hello. Is there more story or is it just it's todo? Bugs?
I think it's.
Here we go.
Yeah, there is one. That's why there's
Alright,
always a
here we
little bit in the end. So.
Okay, ándale.
Okay. It once looked like Disney had quietly canned this episode, as Carano's appearance wasn't initially listed along with the rest of season 6. However, a couple of weeks ago, the actress herself announced online that it was set to air after all, praising Grills for his support. The survival expert then shared her tweet and gushed about Carano's powerful story. This heavily suggested that Grills had hit back against the studio and got them to change their minds. Okay. Esto es muy importante lo que acaba de decir este párrafo, porque básicamente tomen en cuenta que cuando en Hollywood alguien es cancelado, por lo general mayoría de ese estrato se unen a la cancelación, sea por silencio o por activamente denunciando a la persona. ¿Ok? Pero el hecho de que al parecer Bear Grylls activamente peleó porque el episodio se estrenara, muestra o una de dos cosas. O Bear Grylls tiene una integridad increíble, en realidad, o sea, no es de ningún lado y simplemente siente que es un buen episodio y tiene que aparecer, o de verdad él siente que, como otras personas que se ha comenzado a salir poco a poco, sienten que fue muy injusto la cancelación a Gina y decidieron tomar un poco de apoyo a todo el asunto. Y él tomó, y en este caso es una persona que tomó el asunto en sus propias manos y se lanzó a tratar de poner el episodio. Esto es muy importante. Andre, your opinion on Bear Grylls maybe being a bit either not woke or actually fighting against it because he sees it more as an unjust thing?
Oh, absolutely. And yesterday we actually had Drunk 3PO1, who you may or may not is he is very, very close with Gina Carano. And according to him, so he had it directly from her, Bear Grylls really fought for it. And he made it clear that to Disney, unless they air this episode, they were going to have a big, big problem. Like, he would take his entire production away if they stopped that episode. So yeah, he really went to bat for her. Now, if that means that he's conservative or if he just really, really liked her, we don't know, but he obviously disagreed with Disney, very much so.
Okay. When Drunk appeared, I didn't understand that actually he went with the nuclear option, Bear Grylls. I thought it was more like, pressuring little by little until they weathered down. Didn't imagine he was going to go like, we're leaving.
Yeah, I don't think that he said like, we're leaving, but he was like, but I think he implied that if you don't do this, then maybe we'll have the conversation where we say we're leaving. So don't let it get to that point.
Right. It's I'm sure that this guy has a lot of pull with his own show. You can't just take out an episode that they produced. So yeah, interesting.
No, he's a producer and he has some power in his contract.
Y esto es algo que quería decir. Las cancelaciones actuales ni siquiera son orgánicas, no son una persona enojada que trata de crear una avalancha. Son cancelaciones corporativas. Son diseñadas para quitar poder, entre comillas, a los enemigos políticos o los enemigos económicos de diferentes corporaciones. Lastimosamente, esto es algo que las empresas no entienden, no les entra en la cabeza, no sé por qué. Cada vez que una empresa trata de cambiar la forma en la que las personas actúan o la forma en la que las personas piensan, las personas se van a ir en contra. Es su naturaleza, no les gusta que les digan hacia dónde tienen que ir, qué es lo que tienen que hacer, y mucho peor si es que se trata de algo malo. Por ejemplo, tienes que atacar a esta persona. Todos tenemos una conciencia, todos tenemos una visión de la justicia y normalmente esto falla. Disney hasta ahora no entiende eso. Disney sigue tratando de utilizar su fuerza como corporación. Mientras tanto viene Bear Grylls a enfrentar directamente a la corporación de Disney, a decirles, oigan, van a perder esto. En este momento, ¿quisieran perder mi programa o no? Porque podemos tener esta discusión, podemos estar hablando de que yo me voy, ustedes se quedan sin nada. Obviamente Disney no esperaba eso. Disney esperaba que todo el mundo sea, sí, abajo con Gina, y ya, y no pasó. Y, por cierto, Bear Grylls, yo soy fan. Este es una navaja Gerber oficial de Bear Grylls. Es una de las primeras que utilicé para salidas de campo y me ha salvado la vida más de una vez. Y todavía está, la hoja no se suelta. No, es una excelente navaja, por cierto. Así que su nombre está ahí. Me ha salvado la vida. Bear Grylls me ha salvado la vida. Se acabó.
Literal, tenemos a alguien que puede decir, Bear Grylls saved my life.
Yep.
Bueno, let's go to the next paragraph porque I think this last paragraph will be a bit of an interesting point since I don't agree with the first line, the first sentence, because it says, it's possible though that Disney's attitude about the ex-MMA star is also beginning to thaw. In a surprising move, Carano has been named alongside many of her old castmates on a For Your Consideration Emmy campaign poster for The Mandalorian Season 2, with the Cara Dune performer pitched for a Best Supporting Actress nom. Her fans may be wondering if the tide's starting to turn for Gina then, and while these are certainly big wins, we'll just have to see how things develop from here. Okay, I'm going to say this in both languages, so Andrea can also and Polly can also comment, because I want to hear from everybody in the panel this one, because I don't feel like Disney's thawing for Gina Carano. Like her opinion, I don't feel as a corporation they're changing. More, they're doing this as either a survival mechanism, okay, to get into the good graces of the public, or they're doing it because they know that, unfortunately, even though they hate her, she has the most possibility of winning because of the big profile she has now. Now, I'm going to say this in Spanish also so people can understand what we're going to be talking about it. Estoy diciendo es que Disney no creo que esté como que amenazándose un poco su opinión contra Gina. Yo más lo creo es un mecanismo de supervivencia, o simplemente porque entre todas las posibilidades que tienen con The Mandalorian, ella es la apuesta más segura de ganar no solamente la nominación, pero posiblemente ganar el Emmy. Y Disney puede tener esa victoria, así como decir, miren, no la cancelamos y hasta ganamos, mírenme.
There's a third option that nobody is talking about. Disney on the contracts, on everything, they are setting up some woke things. Like, you have seen the documents that filtered from Disney, but in this particular case, there might be a clause that says that if anyone is nominated on the male side, they actually have to nominate a woman that is on the same category automatically. That may happen, and Gina may have been the only option because how the contracts are done. She was the only one under a co-star on the female part. The other ones were on supporting roles, so there might be something that they did in the contracts that may have forced them to set Gina Carano for the prize, so or for the nomination. Let's see if it continues, but that may happen. And after seeing the documentation from Disney, that may happen all the time.
Bueno, ¿qué piensas, Andre, el jefe? What do you think?
Creo que es un poco de todo. Or more specifically, I don't think that Disney has changed in whole, because Disney is not one person. Disney is many, many people. And within Disney, you have many people that are fighting for Gina Carano and many, many people that are very much so against her. But I think that the people against her are losing. I still don't think that we would have gotten this poster as it is if they had got their way, those that are against her. So I don't think that Disney as a whole is changing their minds, but I do think that the people that want her to be gone are losing power. I do think that. At the same time, there's an element of that they had to put her there. They could have used another woman. They could have used Ming Na Wen, because this is season 2, and to my awareness, Ming Na Wen is in season 2 every bit as much as Gina Carano is. So if they wanted to, they maybe could have put Ming Na Wen as best supporting and had Gina Carano in with all the others. I think they could have done that. But they didn't, because Favreau and su amigos really went to bat for Gina. What's interesting to me is that they let this come out when they try to cancel her in every other way. But still, they let this thing here come out.
Yes.
I do think, I know that we discussed this yesterday and Tom disagrees, but I still think that this indicates that the people fighting against Gina are losing power because they weren't able to stop this.
Okay, before I give you my 2 thoughts, my 2 cents, antes de eso, tenemos un regalito de Stephen Otten.
Gracias, hermano.
Por 5 bolas. Hola, Polly, panel, and everyone in the chat. Listening in from the road. Hope everyone is safe and healthy. Igual, hombre. Muchísimas gracias por su regalito. Y también Pumpkin Dance.
I love that dog.
We all do.
What else can I say?
Also, Stephen Otten, please be focused on the road if you're driving, just in case.
Yes, please, sir.
Okay, so here's my thoughts, and I probably can't pull it off in Spanish just yet. So, hay contratos de los actores diferentes, ¿ok? Y el contrato es antes de antes, before anyone goes on set. Those things are agreed upon, managers, agents, and the production company. Romy is on set right now, Mrs. Slant, la señora Slant. Antes de eso, escriba que prefieren guest star. Es diferente como co-star. Es diferente de leading actor, lead star. Y depende en eso, cuál es el credit. Eso es muy importante para las nominaciones, ¿no? Right? If Gina if her contract was guest star, there's no way she would have been could have been nominated. Technically, because they're really, when I say they, the industry is very strict, right? So she could, like, from what you're saying, Pablo, I don't know if I totally agree with you, because okay, in her contract, she's probably a supporting actress, right? It's probably in there, especially from season, she's been in both seasons. I don't know if any of those other, a Katie Sackhoff, a guest star, I don't know. I don't know what contracts were I don't know how they were completed. Ming Ya Wen, they were all in multiple episodes. So for you to say, they have to fill in the blanks, we need to know what the contract deals was. Mrs. Slant, Slant, she almost didn't take the job because she's worked her way up to being a guest star. Es importante, más como co-star, más como cameo. Right? Es muy importante y es diferente como Gina. Gina es un series regular. That's how you get the nomination for that. So I'm just a little, that's just my technical take on it, just speaking from experience with, because I hear all the time, well, okay, she got the job. What are they offering? Mrs. Slant, they always tell her, well, what are they offering? And the managers work it out way before she even goes on set. So that might have been her, her people, Gina's people might have gotten her a sweet deal where it's like, listen, we got no choice, but she has to be nominated if we're going to.
I mean, the toys thing also. Remember, Andre, I think you mentioned it, or Tom, yesterday's stream, where it's they basically made the toys again because there's also we don't know what kind of contract they had for the toys. Maybe there's actually a basically contract in the contract says that if they stop making the toys and don't sell, it gives grounds to Gina to sue because of the terms of the contract. The same thing. Maybe Gina was hired for had already a contract from season 1 when she started, was already at least guaranteed 2 seasons, like no renewal, at first, because they needed to see how it goes. But at least they wanted 2 seasons, and maybe that's also, as what Paulie's saying, the contract already sort of put her in a position where she has to be nominated, or maybe Gina can actually, fight back legally, and Disney is in more shaky grounds in that part.
But that she qualifies. That she qualifies.
This is something that
not that she has to be nominated. Is because of her being a series regular, she automatically qualifies. Now, if Minya y también Kerisakov, ¿cómo se llama? Sasha Banks, todas las mujeres de los otros episodios, if they didn't get contracts, then that might be a problem. Rosario Dawson.
No, I have been. I actually watched the credits for The Mandalorian yesterday, and they are not as co-stars. Only Gina is as co-star. So that might be one thing. Another is when you are negotiating one of these deals, you actually sometimes make that you have to be nominated for a prize. You have to be nominated in some instances. I have seen this with big actresses and big actors. If their movie goes to the cinemas, they have to be nominated for an Oscar, or they have to run in this or that festival. This is the kind of things that actors actually force in the contracts, get in the contracts, so they have their how do I say? They have their recognition in the end. So that may be true if she had a clause that says she has to be nominated. That may also be. There's a lot of factors that are not currently perfectly clear.
Was she nominated in the year before?
Yes.
She was? She was considered.
She was considered. As much as I can see, yes, she was considered. So this might be also in the contract. We don't know exactly, and until we have any confirmation in one side or the other, we don't know. But the most logical reasoning is there's a legal reason why they are doing this, or there's a personal reason, like Jon Favreau is behind this. Is one of those two. I can see Disney just doing this because they want to.
What is interesting, right, is the timing of everything.
Sí, señor.
So it's like an avalanche of Gina.
Sí.
That's I think that's just more what confuses everything. Okay, because it's the sheer fact of like how everything, like the floodgates open and how everything is coming out. That's why it sort of feels that not necessarily could be a legal thing, because how everything is just like because it's too difficult. That there's so many contracts and so many things that force everything open on a go.
También que es más interesante es que las noticias for your consideration con Gina, Mandalorian, that they dropped in the weekend on a Sunday.
Normalmente cuando quieres ocultar algo lo haces en los fines de semana. Cuando no quieres que nadie hable de ello, cuando quieres que desaparezca para el lunes.
Now, do you guys think it was done for them? You think they wanted to brush it under the rug, or to build off momentum from the Bear show?
My supposition is more build off momentum, and only for one reason and one reason only. Okay, because what Pablo said is true. It's fin de semana. That's where they try to hide news. Okay, but there's a difference between you put it on a Friday night, as Andre might know with his working in the business world in general and finance. You put it in the Friday night against putting it in Sunday, when then comes the Monday, where it's the start of a new news week.
Exactly.
Bueno, Andre, do you think there was a whole plan here? Because they're like, okay, well, she's gonna be part of the nominations. That show's gonna air. Do you think there's is this part of a bigger step? So we've talked about.
I think that the Favreau faction were very clear about dropping this right now. That they know that the Bear Grylls episode was going to be on Monday, and if they drop this then on Sunday, so it has like a few hours to go and circle around. There's going to be 2 waves at the same time, create maximum attention. So I think that was very deliberate on Favreau's part, because this poster that came from the Favreau camp, that is for sure. The people there, they love her. And they know the Bear Grylls episode is going to come out, and they drop these 2 news items at the same time. It's going to create so much attention around Bear Grylls, around her, and it's even going to create like more backlash on Disney for her not being fired there, because everyone is going to know.
I have one more item, one more angle to add to the Favreau. You can say the Favreau avalanche as well. Gina Carano, but Gina Carano's the face, right? I have one more thing to add to that, but go ahead if you guys have any thoughts. I'm gonna get it ready.
I just out of one more thing, because look, I will say this as always. I'm the son of a corporate man, like, you know, corporate brat. I've seen like how things work in the behind the scenes in that kind of world. Okay, and I know that sometimes, like for example, how when Gina got canceled and everybody was complaining, saying, "Why didn't Favreau come out?" Because it's much easier to stay silent and work in the background and work your magic while nobody's seeing you. Well, everybody thinks you're working on the line, and then spring up saying, "Here's the proposal," you know, and you take the job from your boss when you do it on secret. So they that, okay? And so I think,
are we all done with this episode? With
the coincidence?
I'm sorry, we're done with that last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Lo siento.
But I'll say, it's because more. I only say this because of the timing. How everything was timed. How everything just came out of like quickly. If it had been like something
Mexican
right now, then 3
Ironman.
weeks.
See,
Mexican Ironman, I love how you think. He did the formula.
here's the formula. Go ahead, Pablo.
Fórmula X, Gina Natrio, más Y, Gina nomination, Favreau support, más Z, Drunk 3PO Twitter, igual G, where G is equal to Hurricane Gina, and you are completely right.
I would
Your
just
formula
change, take out the drunk 3PO, put in Latino slant / Midnight's Edge Espanol, and you have the perfect equation.
And he's our producer.
I know. Necesitamos hablar, hombre. Okay, here's my Andre. Did you have any thoughts, or are you good?
No, I agree with completely with that. There's no reason why Jon Favreau should come out supportive of Gina right away. You do that if you have no other course of action. The few of her fellow cast members, like Carl Weathers, who came out to support her. He can do that because he has no other recourse. He doesn't have any pull in Disney, so offer some statement on Twitter is all he can do. Jon Favreau, he has pull in Disney. It's pointless for him to put something out on Twitter when he instead can be a politician and work behind the scenes, which I think is what he has been doing the whole time, not just for Gina, but for trying to regain control over Star Wars and Lucasfilm. Maybe not Lucasfilm, but certainly to keep autonomy over the Mandalorian.
Bueno, on top of that, mis compadres y el jefe, connecting that, the merchandise for Boba Fett dropped yesterday. The Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a silly dreamer. I think this is all connected. Is all like this is Favreau's Star Wars, man. This is his week. I don't know. Okay,
If Gina guessed in the Book of Boba Fett, then I will really think Favreau is about just to take the final blow to KK, because that
Caca.
will be
Caca.
KK is Caca.
Yes. Caca.
Oh man.
God, we were trying to be serious, and now you probably killed us.
We are.
It's accurate. I'm funny.
Yes. We're a little. You know, we have
Yes.
our Latino humor.
But we were trying to be like conspiracy theory, you know, the whiteboard and the string, and show everything.
Well, I'm
Don't
just
remind
going
me
off
the
of what I
whiteboard.
see. I'm going off of what this is official. I mean, it's like, you know, you got the Gina nomination, or, you know, the Emmy for your consideration. You got the Gina Avalanche. You got the Bears, and you got Boba Fett. You know, everyone's talking about Favreau Star Wars.
This is how I know this is not from that whiteboard. There's no gay dinosaurs.
Oh my God. Diego,
You have read the
Okay.
whiteboard. You know it's true.
we have El Jefe here. Calmado.
Yes.
Calmado.
That's why I'm like, oh God.
Nothing against gay dinosaurs.
Sorry, Andre. I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
Wow. Leer eso, por favor.
Debido a que Carano estaba bajo contrato con Disney, puede usar la posibilidad de obtener un cuando quieran, incluso si ella ya no trabaja con ellos, si se trata de un papel de mando. Y es exactamente la situación. Si es que el contrato exige que ella sea presentada para un premio, o el contrato exige que ella sea igual presentada al igual que otra persona que esté en el mismo rango en los créditos, pues automáticamente ella tiene que ser presentada y punto. Eso, por ejemplo, si es que Favreau está del lado de Gina, es algo maravilloso, porque el contrato dice que yo la tengo que nominar. No es mi culpa, yo solamente la estoy nominando. Por cierto, ganó. ¡Adivinen! Miren quién regresó. Ella está de nuevo en Mandalorian. Así es como funciona a veces el juego de ajedrez de las celebridades. Simplemente tienes que esperar a ver qué es lo que los contratos dicen.
Sí. O sea, tendremos más que nada esperar a ver si sale algo a la luz, o si tenemos alguna confirmación directa por Gina o por alguien de Disney, aunque sea por los canales que maneja Andre y Tom. Ya. A menos que tengamos eso, de verdad nunca vamos a tener una idea clara. Esto va a ser suposiciones, adivinanzas, inferencias y cualquier otra cosa en el medio, para tratar de simplemente armar algo de coherencia, que puede ser simplemente como llamaríamos un faster cut.
Yep.
¿Entiendes? O sea, no sabremos nunca de verdad al 100%.
Tal vez en una biografía de Gina Carano dentro de unos 30 años que se llame Así gané.
No. Eso sí se ve. Disney sí la perseguiría, y tú lo sabes.
She is talking about the ring. Well, the joke I made is maybe we will know what happened with the book from Gina Carano's own hand, named "This Is How I Win." It may be all about her wrestling years, her Disney years, her years as a director after that, because if the movie goes right, she has a career there. And that's something that not many people talk about. She has a career. So, yep.
Indeed.
Andre,
And there's also the Daily Wire that you cannot forget. She has her fan base that she had before, And she has the Daily Wire that is deliberately counterculture and anti-cancel culture that she cannot be cancelled from. So she's going to stay out there. So she's not going anywhere. And these things here, they only help her stay even more relevant, and it's a continued black eye to Disney.
Yes.
Bueno, tenemos más personas en el chat. Crostimoco.
Crostimoco, ¿cómo vas, cabrón?
Con Emiliano Zapata.
Sí, con Emiliano. Bueno, yo tengo el mejor foto de Emiliano con su lightsaber. I'll bring it up in a minute, pero también es un mensaje por Andre, the Mexican Iron Man. Andre, I disavowed today's live off comedy script. Hashtag don't fire me. Hashtag this brown life matters.
Wait. And he ends it saying, I have a good point to one thing he said in the chat.
Right.
Well, you're all forgiven just for that.
Traidor.
Y también leer por eso, por favor.
Apenas noté que está jefe Andre. Está en el panel. Sí, tenemos al jefezote.
Nuestro Jarl.
Sí, the Jarl, the Midnight Edge.
Sí. Diego, what's next?
Wait, did we say about the Mary Sue or the other one?
Let's
go ahead, Pablo.
Let's go for the Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Let's tear them apart.
Okay, first, I'm gonna give a warning. People, we're gonna see an article that might cause aneurysms, so get ready.
Oh
because
my God.
It will be one of those moments where it's like, why?
Y no te olvides, si quieres a poner un regalito por los chavos. Los chavos necesitan muchos tacos. Y también cafecito. También, ¿qué más necesitas?
Chelita.
Totalmente.
Chelas.
Una chelita por aquí.
Tequilín.
Un tequilita por aquí.
Wait, ¿es tequila popular in South America?
For drinks,
Sí.
yes.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Andre, is tequila popular in your part of the world?
It's not the most popular, but we have it, and no party is quite complete without it.
Nicely said. Nicely said. Do you have the story up, Diego?
Wait, I have it here. Let me share.
Wait, that was your time. You got to work that time out. See, when I go to the chats, you bring up your story. Oh my God. All right. Cervezas. Yes, cervezas.
The problem is...
Well, wait a minute. We have Andre here. Can you read that for us?
The name.
Andre?
Cervezas?
No.
Name.
Who's it from?
Oh, yeah, of course. We have, luckily...
Nice. Nice.
The Jarl Tamales.
Yes. I love it.
Well, you know, Andre, your picture will now have a tamale instead of the glass in the hand one day.
Well, I look forward to it. That'll be the new Midnight Edge Espanol icon. So yeah, with the tamales, that'll be awesome.
Oh.
And here it is
Okay.
in all its glory.
Glory.
Okay, I'm gonna try to read it a bit sarcastically. The title. Sure is weird to see Gina Carano in The Mandalorian's Emmy consideration campaign. No, we still haven't forgotten. Mary Sue, why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Bueno, comenzamos con lo primero. For your consideration, FYC requests are a dime for a dozen when Emmy nominations are near. Every show wants to increase its chances of being nominated. So they put everyone on their list no matter if they guest starred for an episode or 2 minutes. And that's the case for Disney Lucasfilm's live-action Star Wars series, The Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal was a shoo-in for lead actor, and I can understand Giancarlo Esposito's being listed for under supporting actor. What I can't understand is including Gina Carano. Okay, Andre, opinions on that one?
Yeah, that only goes to show that that there are some people that won't accept that maybe there are some legalities here, and then again, maybe there isn't. We don't know. So, but these then would be the extremists, the vocosos, that want to see Gina Carano and everyone like her homeless in a ditch, and that's not happening. Instead, you have like the Gina tsunami, and that's very, very painful for the vocosos to see happening, because they were hoping that she would be completely gone or destroyed and crying and begging for forgiveness by now, and that's not happening. Instead, she's just going from strength to strength, and that is very difficult for a vocoso to handle.
And isn't it fun how this website is supposed to be all pro women, is supposed to be in defense of every single woman around the world, and they make a hit piece against a woman immediately, all the times they can. It's kind of they don't believe what they say. Just...
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
Exactly.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
It was appropriate.
It was appropriate. We need to get that one in Spanish.
Yes. I will find something, or Paulito, one of the two. Okay, just as Polly, your opinions on the fact that, as Pablito mentioned, it's a bit hypocritical considering the nature of the publication.
Totally.
Well, the publication itself is hypocritical, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
In everything it does, this like the Marisu might as well be called the hypocrite, because that's in everything it writes, in every single article. So if you want to see if something is really working, if something is going the way that you want it, go to the Marisu and see if they are happy or if they are upset. Them being upset about this nomination and all of that is just a sign that things are going pretty okay.
I sort of agree with what Alex Ashkan mentioned, but let's not touch on that. Okay, continuing. For those who forgot and need a little refresher, Carano played Cara Dune in Disney Plus's The Mandalorian, and even though her acting was subpar, cough, cough, she was a breath of fresh air for the show. Plus, big buff lady kicking ass. I wasn't going to say no to that. She was a fan favorite in no time and was winning hearts left and right, to the point where she was set to star in her own Star Wars spin-off. Unfortunately, that all came to a screeching halt when she was fired for her social media posts. I want to see. There's something else here. These posts suggested widespread voter fraud had occurred during the 2020 presidential election. God, why does he bring politics? A claim that has been proven wrong over and over again. Carano also discouraged mask wearing despite being smack dab in the middle of a pandemic and not being a medical professional to speak on such things. And her most inflammatory post, at least for me, is one where she compared what conservatives are going through, quotes, in the current political arena of the United States as akin to the struggle of Holocaust victims. No, she didn't say that. Oh, and don't forget when she made fun of specifying pronouns and all its layers. No, she didn't say that.
Okay, I will just say this. Someone that actually had family that is no longer here because what happened in Germany on that time. I will say Gina Carano said exactly the right thing. What is going on is quite what happened in Italy, what happened in Germany. It is. Sorry to tell you this. It is. And you know what? Yes, I'm part Jewish. And I, as a part Jewish, having this blood in me, will tell you, shut the fuck up.
Okay, well, I just think that, we can just say that, let's just move forward, is that, what you said earlier, that the massive hypocrisy that of this them trying to continually to shoot her down and shut her down. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. I
Yes.
did want to share this story because I just think it's, just hysterical what people are still trying to do, right now. I mean, I think this is a few hours old. So yeah.
Actually, it says it's from yesterday.
Okay.
But still, it's relevant because of everything.
Yeah.
And
I have the story open twice.
They will not let this chance pass. An hour after the nomination was live, yes, we were saying positive things, but there was a lot of hate, and the Mary Sue is just the hate central.
Mm-hmm.
And they hate it so much that they are very willing to lie, because, as you just said, Pablo, they were wrong about Gina Carano's social media posts, but they were wrong about absolutely everything they said. Like, of all the things that they used against her, not a single thing was actually correct of what they said. They repeated claims, but not a single one of those were accurate. Even what they said about, like, this has been proven to be true again and again, or proven to be untrue. No, it hasn't. I'm not going to go into that anymore, but no, it hasn't.
Yes.
Actually, and also about that, there's something I found about it that. Oh wait. Oh, Andre, can you please read the name?
Says, habrá algunas personas que tienen un sesgo en contra de Carano. Carano es posiblemente la actriz femenina más popular en este momento. Estos son los celos profesionales.
Jefecito, you rock. That was
Gracias.
perfect.
And also, this actually connects with what I was highlighting, because this is the moment where I was going to say, the biases are noticeable. Because here, the paragraph states, well, newsflash, Lucasfilm, I still haven't forgotten, and I don't know anyone who has. She was a disappointment when she dropped those controversial statements, and she continues to be a disappointment in 2021. And the only thing that is going to make us forget about what Carano has said or done is by recasting her character and moving on. Trust me, I wouldn't even blink an eye at recasting. It'll be like this new actor has been there from the start. You know why they're doing that, right? It's sort of like those.
Listen, those people don't care. They haven't probably even watched an episode. They don't give a shit about Star Wars, about the characters, about the worlds, about legends of the past and connecting it all. It's the Mandalorian is a beautiful connection of old nostalgic Star Wars and new legends, which those god-awful JJ movies could not do. Anyways, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, Paulie, I agree with you. I think it's that basically this writer admitted it herself. He says, I won't even blink an eye at the recasting. It'll be like this new actor has been there from the start. Well, yeah, of course, because she hasn't been seeing it from the start. And she won't be seeing the new episodes either. Whether there's a recasting or not. So obviously she's not going to notice anything because she won't be watching it.
And
and also just one final thing. This, of course, is like intended for the people that they hope will be listening within Lucasfilm. The same people that are losing power there.
Yes, and this is so obviously just a hit piece. There's something that, men need to understand this. In Spanish, we say, no muestres hambre. When you are trying to get a girl, you are trying to, show yourself to her, you never show how attracted you are or how desperate you are. This is them showing how desperate they are on the finishing blow against Gina. They need it. They want it so hard. They are showing the hunger. They are showing the cards. And at that point, you can no longer believe anything that comes out of their mouths. It is the same as if you are trying to get a girl and you show your hunger, the girl will go away. It's just normal. You are showing too much, and they are showing too much here. They are showing that they hate her to the core. They want her not only gone, they want her gone of everywhere in the planet. And this is saying that nobody will notice, everybody will notice, because first of all, Gina Carano has a lot of men with their eyes fixed on her, because she's Gina Carano, she's cute as F. And also, people that had the toys, have the posters, they will notice immediately. Only people that haven't seen the series will not notice, and they don't even care. They are not watching the series.
Yep. So I was going to say, whatever. Let's stop on this article, because basically everything that follows from that paragraph is just a repetition. Is from her, from this author. It's just continuing her sort of rant against Gina, not understanding it, and basically, as Andre said, it's like it's measured for a specific group of people they're losing the battle, and people are not understanding where they are currently. And either this is gonna backfire for them, and I think Andre said it more than once in many episodes when the Wokoso media sort of goes in these rants, it never ends up well for them.
Generally, no, it doesn't. But again, it's like that's the one thing that I like with articles like this is to take the temperature of the opposing side and see how confident or how worried they are. And this is not a confident article.
No, they are desperate. They are really showing how much they hate her, how much they want her out. And as I say, that's showing hunger. You never let your opponent know how desperate you are. Like when you are playing cards and you are just about to win, you never show it. You don't show it on your face. And if you are losing, you don't show it on your face either. They are showing everything. We can see what they are feeling. We can see what they are trying to do. And it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. They are making hit piece after hit piece, and it's not working.
Yeah, no, just look at what's trending on Twitter right now. It's not the Mary Sue. So.
Yep.
Bueno. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué es la próxima? Diego.
Okay, wait, so we're not done. The MMA. The other article about her nomination, the positive one.
The first one, right? The first one that we can pull that up, which started it all. We're kind of working backwards. Like we went from the newest one about Gina Gone Wild, trending, to this Mary Sue. Now we're going to go to the original one. But before that, Mexican Ironman says, agree, Krusty Moco. Thankfully, Andre is married, plus 8 time zones ahead, plus most airports are closed. That's our only salvation from Lord Andre Voz del Romántico. A la Luis Miguel 2.0. Whoa, what did I step into there? What did I step into there? Taking notes on getting girls. All right. What is going on in the chat? Well, it is Midnight's Edge Espanol. So there you go. Oh, I got to see a Krusty Moco's. Come, I'm scared he'll steal our women with that. Oh, because of the Spanish. Right. That started it all. Yeah, well,
The Luis Miguel 2.0, I think, was a bit of another reason.
I mean, anything Luis Miguel, then Diego Flores is going to comment. So, better watch it.
Unfortunately, my ex made me watch his entire life story, so.
Sí.
And it was still your girlfriend afterwards?
Monday?
Yep.
Oh, man. The things you do for love.
Yep.
Right. Mi gente, no te olvides. Tips, regalitos en español son más mejor. Buy the boys some tacos. Por favor.
Tacos. We need tacos and we need tequila.
Y también
Ok,
es
va,
importante que todos en el chat están subscribed to este canal y también a ver todos los videos porque necesitamos horas también. We're well over 300. We want to get our hours up as well. I mean, it's fantastic. We have fantastic new videos up. Entrevistas that Pablo did. Why don't you talk about that one really quick? We just debuted it yesterday.
Ok, tenemos la entrevista a Alex Ruiz. Es asombroso. Si es que no se ubica muy bien, él es parte de la banda del Castillo. Ha estado trabajando con Robert Rodríguez en la música de sus películas, desde Érase una vez en México hasta Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Mhm.
Esa es una película interesante. Solamente lo diré de esa manera. Y estuvo en Kill Bill 2. Al final de esa película de Tarantino, la música que escuchan es del Castillo. Ahí está Alex. Así que, bueno, si es que tienen una oportunidad, por favor, pasen por el canal, miren las entrevistas. Y por cierto, muchísimas gracias a todas las personas que han comentado, que han dado likes. Es realmente increíble ver cómo está viniendo gente a vernos, está viniendo gente a entablar conversación y eso es exactamente para lo que estamos, para tener una conversación, para discutir lo que está pasando y sobre todo lo que amamos. Y en el caso de Alex, es lo que amamos. Y bueno, también tenemos la entrevista de Fab Guido, de Noemi, así que, y Noemi, si es que hay alguien que puede ganarle en mi corazón a Gina Carano es Noemi fácilmente, así que solamente diré eso.
Nice. Y también ahora tenemos dos videos de Midnight's Edge y con Don Diego de la Vega. Uno de Snyderverse de DC y una nueva de Zorro. Andre, maybe you can give us a little insight to those videos. They are up in Spanish on our channel right now.
Yes, the two of them are actually news updates. On one is what's going on behind the scenes of Disney with Gina Carano. One is happening behind the scenes of DC, because Warner Media, they don't want to move ahead with the Snyderverse. What do they want to move ahead? What would they want to give us instead? Well, that is what we will be covering there. And then is the Zorro video. Now that's one that I'm very, very happy with myself. That's the Spanish language version of the ultimate Zorro retrospective, where we go through the history of the character of Zorro, his origin, what he means for popular culture, and also his Spanish and Latin roots, because this is a character that's very, very steeped in Spanish history and Mexican history. And we go through the various movie adaptations. Of course, there are so many that we just do a little selection. And that selection, of course, include a Mexican movie and the Colombian series, which are very notable for that. And also, again, massive kudos to Don Diego de la Vega for doing not just the translation, but for an excellent job with the dubbing to Espanol, and also providing like some notes and tips on what should be included into the newly refurbished Spanish version.
Well, it's so amazing to have this team, not only our live stream team, pero también pre-taped interviews with Pablito aquí, también Diego, con actores, filmmakers, músicos. Pero más importante, what it's just as important is these amazing, analytical and just descriptive videos that you find on Midnight's Edge in English, translating over here, being fresh, being original in Espanol.
Andre, let me just ask you a little thing.
Sure, go for it.
The Zorro is, as you say, is really important in Spanish. And in my country, we used to watch the series, the movies always get a lot of attention. We love El Zorro. Shall we be hopeful for what's coming next on El Zorro?
Well, the next thing is a female Zorro. I think it's too early to say. I mean, it is produced by some very, very good people. Robert Rodriguez is involved on the producing side. That's a very, very good thing. I would be very interested in Rodriguez Zorro adaptation proper, but that's not what
Yes.
we're getting. It's another female Zorro, and he is only a producer. He is not the one directly involved with it. So I think it's too early to say. I think that we can be hopeful, but I wouldn't be too optimistic just yet. The beauty is, though, that no matter what happens, there is so much Zorro content already, and so much exciting happening in the comics that there is a lot of Zorro to enjoy. I think that there's going to be many, many great Zorro movies and TV series in the future too.
Let's hope.
Because it's too important and too great a character to just disappear. And there have been like long periods of time between the really good adaptations. And I think that we are in such a period right now. Because there has been some kind of Zorro project in development the last 5 years anyway. Like the female one, that's just the most recent one. Before that, they were trying to get like a future Zorro, like a Zorro taking place 200 years into the future. Yeah, but that didn't happen, and we don't know that this will happen either. So I think that Zorro will return. He's going to make his glorious return at some point, but I don't know when.
In this current just press release of the information is that was it CBS that asked for the pilot from Rodriguez. I can't remember who, but Rodriguez is a producer. His sister is directing it, and which hopefully is a good thing. It's a very talented family, Familia Rodriguez from San Antonio. But let's try to ignore the description of what the press release said about her. Kind of was it living in a warehouse, fighting social justice?
Also,
Yeah.
if you translate, you make female El Zorro is not flattering for the girl.
Well, there's
That's-
been female Zorros before.
No.
you
The female
That's
word.
not what he meant. He
No, I
meant
know the
like
word.
the female term of El Zorro. Yeah. Yeah,
No.
that's something else entirely.
Yes.
That's something we don't want. Yeah. Mexican Iron Man, the Zorro in English and Spanish videos were some of the best I've seen on YouTube. Serious. Hell, the first superhero was Mexican from Cali. Boom. Andre and Diego absolutely killed it. Don Diego. Joshua Gonzalez, I gotta ask you guys your feelings on Viva Zapata sometime. I saw it recently, and the story great. I think it was saying is great, but some of it really doesn't hold up, especially Marlon Brando's portrayal of Emiliano Zapata. You guys have any?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's on my list, but
I have seen it, but it was so many years ago that I have to rewatch it in order to give a proper verdict of it. But I'm so familiar with it. Like even in Norway, like me and my friends, we saw it and we loved it when we were really young. So, like for instance, if something was really, really cool, we would like say stuff like "Viva Zapata" as like a celebration for a while there. But it's a movie I have to rewatch before I can give a verdict on. It wouldn't be fair because I haven't seen it in 15, 20 years at least.
Well, Zapata was a general in the Mexican army. Mexican Revolution from the South. His counterpart was Pancho Villa from the North, the most famous figures You gotta, I think what would be interesting is if we, this panel, along with Tom, we do a watch party of this, and we give our
But we could do like a
We could do
double billing. We could watch Viva Zapata, and we could watch also starring Pancho Villa.
Ooh, wait a minute, the one with Banderas?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. Here's the thing, and I'll just say real fast, I haven't seen this in years, but at the time, they probably picked the best actor who could pull it off in Hollywood. So it'll be interesting to see his portrayal again. It is brownface personified. But I do remember Demian Brechir doing Zapata a few years ago, and that not being too well received in Mexico from, by a Mexican actor. So perspective is everything. I would still love the definitive Zapata movie. I think it would be amazing to be done by a Hollywood production. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to Latino Slant. Yeah, I gotta get that in there. A woman playing a female Zorro makes sense seeing the word means fox. Well, that's one description of it.
I'll restrain myself from saying
por favor,
anymore.
Pablo.
Please do.
Por favor,
Please
Pablo.
do. Keep it classy. Keep it classy. Diramar, who is a big
Hey.
supporter of our channels. Love those Zorro videos. So much to explore. Mexican Iron Man is back. I'd rather see Zorro again than the female Zorro comes in 2.0, and then a 3-part trilogy that wraps up the two of them hooking up, battling when the trilogy ends with the inkling of Next Generation.
That sounds like a perfect plan. I mean, that's kind of what they did in the Dynamite comics that were also partially based on Isabel Allende's novel, just like the Colombian telenovela.
Yes.
That's also where they introduced another female Zorro. So that would be a very, very good take on it.
And A Passing of the Torch was kind of the final season of the 90s TV series from the US. So I'm guessing it can be done. Actually, the next Zorro, you can let that be there. So there's expectation for a next movie or something. Yeah, I will like. But we gotta see the Zorro, the original Zorro being there before we see the next generation. Because just having the passing of the torch we lose so much.
I was
You
gonna
need
say,
to have sorry, carry on, Diego.
no, I was just gonna say, yes, because we have the president, the president of Star Wars. We all know how that went.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think to toot our own horn and talk about the channel, and this is our first time on live. Midnight es Español. Primera vez está en vivo en este canal. Here's our current channel, guys.
Yes, and I will just like to say great job, everyone, on creating the content. All things start small, but like Mike in the chat, I believe the future is going to be great as soon as the algorithm notices that, well, there's regular content coming here, both regular videos and live shows. And we're able to get more than 1,000 subscribers, and notifications start to be sent out. Future is good.
Let's just stay away from Mama's Busan.
Pablo,
Sorry.
pensamientos. Y también, Diego, con la nueva canal.
Bueno, primero agradecer Miramar. Bueno, hemos tenido muchísima gente en nuestros comentarios. Ver la cantidad de gente, a pesar de que somos un canal enano, un canal que apenas empieza, que ha estado viendo nuestros videos, que ha estado interactuando con nosotros, y sí, en el momento en el que vi a Dirama, ella estaba en algunos de los videos y simplemente saber que hay alguien que frecuenta el canal, que está pendiente, que habla con nosotros, es increíble, es algo que no puedo describir realmente. Muchísimas gracias a todos y bueno, estamos haciendo nuestro mejor esfuerzo para entretenerlos y además para darles información que creo que es también sumamente importante en estos momentos de tanta confusión.
Ujú. Bueno, solo voy a agregar a lo que dijo Pablo, porque de verdad gracias a los que nos están viendo, están comentando, los ensayos de universitarios de Dinamar en todos los comentarios. Y también decir gracias a Andre por la oportunidad de poder dar un poco de más de, digamos, cultura, especialmente en nuestra región que siempre busca más. Y un poco tratar de elucidar a todos un poco más lo que pasa detrás de escenas y también un poco cómo está evolucionando la cultura popular, geek culture en general, y tratar de guiarlos ahí. Y justo ahí está Pablito entrevistando a Alex Ruiz.
We're up and running, folks.
Yeah, man.
Estamos en vivo. Coming up soon, tenemos entrevistas con el músico Edo de Los Consequentialists, con Diego. If you can tell us a little bit about him and about the Consequentialists, that'd be cool.
Poco para los que nos escuchan. Eduardo Fajardo, increíble persona, especialmente colombiano, entonces un poco pudimos interactuar siendo personas en Sudamérica y justo hablamos mucho de su música, especialmente Eduardo me comenta cómo él es libertarian, lo que nosotros llamaríamos un centrista, alguien más del medio, y él habla sobre cómo en su música es tanto un desarrollo orgánico dentro de la banda, al ser no solamente de él todo, sino él hace tal vez la música principal y luego las letras, y luego lo rebota entre todo del equipo, toda la banda, y comienzan a crear algo más único, y su música ahorita, como en su nueva banda de Consequences, es mucho, tiene la perspectiva esa de los de libertarian perspective, como él dijo. Entonces es una que tiene el propósito de un mensaje mucho más de centro con respecto a tal vez otras corrientes musicales, y fue muy divertido hablar con él, especialmente cuando hablamos de música un poco, ya haciendo a band geek here, y entonces de poder ver es así un poco su proceso de creación, cómo se formó, y además el hecho de que, por ejemplo, yo le pregunté directamente por la naturaleza de su música, si su banda compartía lo mismo que él o no, y él me dijo que de verdad ellos no, y justo por esa diferencia de opiniones es de que sale algo mucho mejor cuando hablan y crean canciones, porque eso es como dije, el proceso es rebotar ideas entre ellos, y después de que él hace la canción, digamos, la base, y entonces de lo que hemos podido escuchar, de verdad nace algo muy único, donde tiene de verdad la voz de todos y funciona, ¿entiendes? Y de verdad creo que va muy en línea a lo que él está tratando de hacer.
We're going to have that interview up soon along with some of his music. Pero más importante también, en esta parte de este video con Pablito y también la actriz Noemí González de Celina, la serie de televisión de Netflix, ellos hablan que tiene el pelo más bella, Pablo o Noemí. Es un
Noemí, no contest.
Pablito, tienes un pelo sedoso que podemos poner en un comercial de L'Oreal y Andrew ganaría un montón poniéndose
Yeah,
ahí.
It's a
I
tough
use hand soap.
competition there.
Mira, it's like, sí.
I
Boy,
use
man.
literal hand soap for this, so what the hell?
Rick Sanchez, PhD, dice, great work, guys.
Wabba-dabba-dub-dub.
Y también, Andre, if you could read this one.
Just give me 1 second here. Says, me encanto esa entrevista y Selena es un gran espectáculo.
Nice. Yes. That TV show is up now on Netflix, and Noemi's interview is up. She's a great lady. She's a great lady. Mexican Iron Man. Go ahead, Mexican Iron Man. Go ahead, Pablo.
Oh, Mexican Iron Man. Pablito, mi Vito, mi voz. Hail peloncito. Mexican Jarvis is not pleased.
Javier is not liking this.
Yes.
But in all seriousness, if you haven't, please subscribe. Please watch our videos, and we will continue to deliver great new content every week. And we are off to a wonderful start. And thank you guys so much. If anyone has anything to add, I'd say let's just close it up.
I'm gonna add to that. Wait, before that, also please don't forget to put on the bell sign notification thingy, because YouTube doesn't like when people don't do that.
Yes, actually, it's especially important since this is a brand new channel, and the algorithm needs to be told that there are people here, there are people watching. So it would be a great help if you all could enable notifications and say you want notifications on all videos, because that is vital in making the channel grow. So muchas gracias for any help in that matter.
All I will say is we need a Phantom movie, we need a good Zorro movie, we need a Caliman movie, we need those properties back.
I can also tease that one of the things that is in the works, both for the main channel and for Midnight's Edge Español, is Fantomas. La definitiva retrospectiva.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice. Let's get back with the chat, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Before that, we have a question from Prince Andrew.
Yep.
Okay. Diego, do you want to do it?
Okay. Well, from Prince Andrew. Just a final question. Does the use of the word name Zorro carry the meaning of an underdog?
No, Zorro was actually a rich guy, so...
Yes. So if we had to put it in meme language so most people understand, he was the Chad. Okay?
He was the Latino Batman. Instead of being brooding all the time, he was getting the ladies.
Yeah, indeed. I also think, and to clarify one thing, when you asked, like, Zorro, does it mean underdog? No, Zorro, of course, is fox. And what is the fox? He's sneaky. He's clever. He goes into the hen house, he gets his prey, and he gets out again. He is someone that it's difficult to catch. He is the torment of any farmer or anyone trying to keep the fox out.
Yes,
the fox is clever. That's the meaning of Zorro.
Oh man, yes.
Krusty Moco. We need a definitive Simon Bolivar movie.
Oh yes. Okay, this is some.
Don't get me started. You know what I feel about Simón Bolívar and San Martín.
I know what you think about Simón Bolívar, and that's something that must be in the movie, because right now on Latin America we have almost idolized Simón Bolívar, Antonio José de Sucre, Eugenio Espejo, the guys that made the revolutions on every single country, and the Simón Bolívar is the guy that made the revolution in every single country. And yes, the history is quite weird, it's quite amusing, and having a movie talking everything that happened will be amazing, will be a historical piece to be kept as a treasure forever. And that's something that we really need. And since Hollywood wants so much to give representation, make a Simón Bolívar movie and get in the mix all the parts, because Peru, Venezuela, Bolivia,
Colombia, Ecuador.
Exactly. Oh, man.
That's like so many countries being affected. But that's also just so the people who are watching or later right now or later, okay, just in there from the north, okay. Mm-hmm. Simón Bolívar has the same status culturally as George Washington has in the U.S. in many senses. He's almost like a semi-mythical character in many senses of the word for many countries in here. I have my grudges against the man, amongst other things. I will be honest, because I'm a historian as well. So there's many things I know about him that people don't say, and we should know.
Yes.
Okay, but that's why when Isakura Shimoko says, it's like, no. I will be honest. But it's true that we need something that has our identity in it in some way or another.
His love, his passion, his corruptions need actually to be part of the movie.
Part of the reason why Gran Colombia doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
So you talk about algorithm. We got our first downvote, which is going to help our algorithms. Probably Disney that gave us the downvote. Yes.
Disney, si no te gusta, qué pena. Realmente, qué pena. Ratón Miguelito. A este punto nos has hecho tantas cagadas que realmente me la...
Well, it still counts as engagement. So.
Yes.
It's a absolutely. We'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, the fact that you watched and downvoted.
And also, if you don't like them, leave a comment and explain why.
Yes.
Yeah. Leave lots of comments. Por favor.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to just say to Darius Münchhausen,
yes,
I see what you did there, and the Norwegian in me approves. Just have to say that.
The fox, never mind.
What does the fox say?
No,
A good Norwegian song.
Wow.
I had to.
Why?
That song is legendary.
Why? I know, but why? No.
Who downvoted? Names.
Joshua Gonzalez, please. We're not going to become like them.
Bueno, let us go around the panel and let people know what you're up to. Por favor. Primer, Dieguito.
Well, you can find me at this Twitter handle I'm not going to mention because people get confused. Okay. And also, you can find me on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Midnight Zeds in Espanol and these live streams. And in the near future, you're going to see some of my little interviews I've done with Eduardo Fajardo and some moment also with Romy Diaz, both in Spanish and in Portuguese.
Yes.
You're going to have fun. So, hope to see you in the comments.
Diego, it is good to try things. Don't be ashamed of your handle.
Y Pablito.
Okay, I'm here on Midnight Edge Español. Please watch the interviews. Give us a like, give us a comment, and let's see what we can do in the future. Also, follow me on my channel, Geek Tropology, where I have a show every Saturday that is called Progressive Park, and we talk about Wacosos and what they are doing. So... And we actually showed last Saturday, we showed Tom Novelas, and now he's saying show. So it's my fault. I apologize, but it was meant to happen.
Dos caminos, un Tom. El jefe de los jefes.
I have another script that I am working on. So that's another video for Midnight Edge and Midnight Edge Español coming very, very soon.
All right. Well, muchísimas gracias a la gente en el chat y también los chavos, Diego y Pablo. Y también el señor, el jefe de los jefes, Andre. I am Polly, and I have another site called the Latino Slant, which you can come and check out, where I will have actress y chingona Chelsea Rendon on the show live tomorrow night. Wait, what's today?
Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific. Chelsea Rendon will join me live. We will have tons of fun. Please subscribe to all our channels, and that would be great.
We can almost guarantee the first 2 minutes of the show will be a silent movie.
Shut up. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But Andre,
speaking of And speaking of silent movie, we also actually have the very first Zorro movie uploaded over at Midnight's Edge Live Archives.
Ooh.
The very first one, the one that started everything, the one that led to the creation of Batman directly. Because Bob Kane had even said, that's the movie that made me invent Bruce Wayne.
Really?
Yes, really. And the link for that is in the description of the Zorro video. Over
I'm getting
Midnight's Edge Espanol.
I'm bringing up the archive link right now for you guys also.
And I know what I'm doing tonight, so
It's well worth watching, and we were able to select the version with the best musical score.
oh man, that's okay. There's something that happened with a lot of silent movies. The music nowadays suck because they are using refurbished movie music, and it's not the same. There were some amazing scores for silent movies, and well, partly because the studios are copyrighting them left and right, and the other is because some of the scores were lost. So
Yeah. Exactly, and this then is a recreated score, but I think it fits the movie perfectly.
amazing, yes.
Well, mi gente, I think that is it. We're back this Thursday, every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific. So we will. We should have a guest. I think we're gonna have a guest, and we'll make announcements. And thank you guys so much. It was a great first show here on the channel, the first of many. And y'all take care. Have a good day.
Bye.
And thank you, Andre.
De nada.
Thank you.
Adiós todos.
Lindo tener al jefezote.
Sí, Néstor ya de acá.
Adiós.